I hate immigration so much. There are no words to describe how frustrating it is. So, for the last 2 weeks, if not more, I've been trying to get the answer to a very, very, very simple question. And in order to do that, I had to call immigration multiple times. I don't know the exact number, at least 5 times. And that is not counting all the other times where I called. And you get, through the various menus to the point where you can finally select the option to speak to an agent. At which point they're like, we're sorry. We're experiencing a higher than normal level of requests at the moment. We can't transfer you to an agent. Please try again later. And then they hang up in your face. Anyway, all that to say, it was a very long, very frustrating journey to get a very logical answer to a very simple question. And in order to get that, I had to myself go online, do a bunch of research to find out, what I thought, what seemed logical to me, but none of the people I spoke to were able to confirm and told me something different that was inaccurate. All that to finally get the answer. It's like, okay, that's the answer. Other people online confirmed it, but to be 100% sure that I'm doing the right thing, because you don't want to make a mistake when it comes to immigration, let me call one last time and be like, hey, this is what I understand. This is what I believe. This is what seems logical to me. Am I right? And of course, the person I spoke to that last call immediately confirmed, yes, you're absolutely correct. Something that none of the other people I spoke to had the decency or the logic to do. Because every single time I called before that, the question was, in various forms. But basically, the question was, what do I need to do when submitting non-English or French documents? And what every single person I spoke to told me is, the obvious thing of you need a certified translation of the document done by a certified professional translator, which makes 100% sense. The other part that they also said that I needed, which never made sense to me and always confused me, was you need a certified copy of the original document. And I'm like, why? Why do I need that? Everything is done online. I'm literally sending you a scan. Doesn't sending a scan of the original document make more sense than sending a scan of a certified copy? It's not logical. So after doing the research, it was confirmed what seemed logical to me, which was all you need is just a scan of the original document as well as the certified translation. That's what makes sense to me. But that's not what every single agent I spoke to told me. They always said you need a certified copy. Turns out the reason why they said that is because it used to all be done by paper. So, of course, in order to maintain the original document, you need to send a certified copy. That makes sense. When it's digital, it does not make sense. And obviously, you don't need a certified copy when you do it digitally. And by the way, that is now the default way of doing it. In fact, you need to ask them, hey, can you make an exception and allow me to file a paper version because for X reason I can't do it online. So online is the default version. Yet, for some reason, because it's the government and it's dumb, all the information on the website is still kind of for the paper version. And all the information that the agents answering our questions when we call have is that exact same information. So every time you ask, what do I need when submitting a non-English or French document? When you ask that, they always tell you, you need a certified copy of the original document, which is not true anymore. In order to get the real answer, you need to do what I did. Call a bunch of times, get very frustrated, do a bunch of research online yourself, confirm that, okay, I'm not crazy. It does not make sense to send a scan of a certified copy. It makes way more sense to send a scan of the original. And just to confirm that, call them one last time and be like, hey, this is what makes sense to me. This is what seems logical. Am I right? And only then will they say, yes, you only need to send a scan of the original document as well as a certified translation. You do not need a certified copy unless, for some reason, you can't submit the application online. You need to do a paper version. And I'm just like, how can we possibly live in a world where everything is done online and literally the agents working for immigration don't have the mental capacity or aren't given the proper information to ask when you call and ask a question like that? Hey, are you doing the digital version or the paper version? That would have saved me literally 2 weeks and half a dozen calls and a lot of frustration. So it's like, okay, I should have just done what seemed logical to me. Unfortunately, I just couldn't risk it because it's immigration. You make one mistake, it could cause delays of months, if not years. So it's not something you can take lightly, unfortunately. So that's why I hate immigration. That's why it frustrates me so much. But at least I finally have the answer to that very simple question. Hopefully you never have to deal with immigration. Yeah, I do not recommend it to anyone. Anyway, I have my answer now. I was able to vent. Thank you for allowing me to do that. Hopefully this was somewhat enjoyable, somewhat entertaining, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hopefully things will be better by then.